Welcome back, guys. So I'm going camping this weekend, and I'm going to do what I really enjoy doing here for this camping trip. I'm just going to throw something together with creativity, no blueprints, no plans, just something that's functional, maybe not always looking the best, but that's where I really have fun, is just making something with wood. So anyways, this camping trip, but it's like a church camping trip, and we're going to have a communal fire area, meals around the fire and everything. And so I got thinking to myself, it'd be nice if we had a way to like wash our hands at this area. And it didn't have to be just like rinsing your hands with some bottled water or whatever on a picnic table. So anyways, I'm going to make like a little tiny kitchen thing. We'll just call it that, a sink. That's what it is. It's going to be a sink. So we have, we've had this camping sink for quite a while. My wife bought it a couple years ago. It's collapsible. It's silicone based, and that drain comes out, whatever, it works great. You set it on your picnic table. So what I wanted to do actually is I'm going to build this. I'm going to build it kind of low so that like little kids, because there's going to be some little kids there, they can get their hands in there and whatnot. So I'm going to build it right about there, right about the bottom of my like my pocket, like where my phone's at in my pocket. And then I'm going to build a second tier platform that just sets just a little bit above it. I've got some brad nails. I'm just going to use pallet wood. I'm not going to clean it. I'm not trying to make anything fancy. I'm literally throwing this together to be functional, get 1 weekend use out of it, out of free materials. Just have a little fun, and then move on. And you never know, like maybe one of these days I'll make something like this with a really finished product and try to do something with it. So if our height is going to be 28 inches, we're going 28 inches. That's what we're going with. All right, well, I can't start figuring this out until I start seeing something and make it become a thing. So I guess I better cut myself 2 pieces of wood at 28 inches. Okay, there's going to be one leg. And there's the second leg. Now, how tall is our back piece going to be? So 28 sitting there. We want this sitting to about, a little bit of it. We don't want it crazy tall though. I think 30 inches looks good. It doesn't sound like much of a difference, but 30-inch height. Well, I tell you what. We're going to want to platform it. We're also going to want to be a little taller. So we're going 36. Okay. I'm thinking through this. I'm literally talking to myself, and you guys aren't visualizing anything yet, probably. So I'm going to make 4 pieces, if I have 4, at 36 inches. You see these still have staples in them. As I mentioned, this is going to be the tricky part, is I'm down to my scrap pallet wood, so I don't have a whole lot of long pieces left. And 4. The last 2 I thought ahead and I notched at 30 inches because we're going to have basically a platform for our water container. So the rest is a little taller in order that we can use that space and basically put a frame so that water jug doesn't fall off. So I'm just going to put like a little strip of wood around it, nothing major, nothing fancy, but just something that holds it in place. Alright, now, how wide does it need to be? 18 inches wide. This one's not any wider, is it? No, definitely not. So now we need 1, 2, probably 4 pieces at 18 inches wide. So this right here is the very front legs of the contraption. Why aren't my staples going in? Well, because they're actually longer than the boards, so they're getting stuffed up in the concrete. 18 inches wide, I need some more. I'm going to use this one on purpose because it's pretty janky. So let's just, since this is a throwaway item, let's trim some of the crazy off of it and use it. Alright, now, this is where I need to measure that 30 inches I was mentioning a minute ago. think by now you guys are getting the point, but this is a very just whipped together, functional yet not beautiful item. Okay. Now, how long does this thing need to be? It needs to be at least long enough for this, which is 14 inches. And then of course this part here, which is like another 14 inches, 15, we're gonna call it 15, 28. So if we go to 30 even, we're gonna go to 30 inches even. And that's gonna be 2 exterior legs, or 2 exterior brace pieces. This is still gonna come together. I'm still figuring it up in my head, but yeah. Make a measurement. "14 inches, that's right, that's how much I need." Go ahead and put our back one in, I suppose. So I'm realizing as I play along here, I don't want this to be unbalanced or uneven or whatever, so actually I was just going to measure, but then I realized just make some marks. So I'm literally using this one to know exactly where to go on this one. And I've talked about it in some of my other videos, but the nice thing about lightweight materials in your building is sometimes is that the structural integrity, once you put everything together and it holds each other together, like it really doesn't matter that it's lightweight a lot of times. If that makes any sense at all to you. So we're sitting on 13.5 inches, so some of this overhang will support this. We're going to see if it fits in there before we put in our last piece there, our last, leg, I guess you could call it. That's where we're going to want that. Since this is a scrap thing, it's a little thicker, I don't even remember what these are from. I think these were my edge glued pine from my flags, but yeah, so this is a little sturdier than this very thin pallet wood. So okay, let's get our framing for the sink basin first of all. Watch your fingers. Alright, let's revisit our sink and see if we need spots on the edge or not. Actually, might have been better if I didn't put this one in. I'm gonna get that one off real quick, hopefully without tearing this thing up. All right. Alright, I'll put another piece of the pallet wood that's thinner on the right side. I want it to be snug. So again, so that sits in there real nice now. So our basin is good to go. Serves what it's supposed to serve. I'm going to try to put one more piece on the inside to give it more stability on the front end. I used the pallet wood that's a lot thinner, and I'm hoping it still fits in there. You know what? It makes it stick up a little bit, but I think that's going to give this framework more stability, so I'm going to keep it. I think it's helpful for the item. Speaking of framework, let's go ahead and use this for a little beefiness. Of course, this is the easy part, just platforming it. No big deal here. I find making things like this kind of fun because there's just no stress behind it. If somebody thinks it's neat and they want to keep it, cool. If it goes in the trash, also cool. Like, it's kind of fun that I'm using the scrap and the splintered and the junky pieces. Like, I'm not gonna miss any of this. Part of me is already like, yeah, this is kind of neat. I kind of want to keep it. Oh, it helps if I have staples. Part of me is already thinking I kind of want to keep it. But like if I don't, I'm not worried about it. Alright. There's a little strength to these pieces, so I'm going to put kind of low here to give this a little more strength. Almost done. Okay, now that's going to sit there, so I need a little bit of something actually behind it. See, I'm getting a little too excited and a little too happy. Normally I don't change things out when I'm still hooked up to air. Usually more cautious about that. So kind of dropped the ball on that one. I also want a piece. I'd like a piece in the front. But you know what? This is going to be full of water. So that'll be fine. It isn't going to go anywhere, and if it falls forward, oh well. So I'm really happy with this goofy little contraption. I was gonna say, I said a minute ago, you know, so it's, yeah, the legs aren't awesome, but it's definitely gonna hold up for a weekend, and I think it would last for a while if I wanted it to. And you know, you never know, I might make something like this in the future, more sturdy, more robust, and not just with like completely reclaimed junk. But it's kind of fun. We're gonna have a sink for this coming weekend, and what I was gonna say is about put those edges on each side here, like perfect spot for soap, paper towels, whatever, you know. So we'll have this and be able to use it, and yeah, I think it's a fun little thing. This is what I really like doing. I just like playing around and like making goofy stuff like that that's not got blueprints or whatever. So let me know what you thought of this weird little contraption. This, I guess it's not much of a contraption, it's just a camping sink basin, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.